Alright, recording. Yeah, so, yeah. Indonesia sucks. Day 5, 6, it doesn't matter, I'll figure it out. Anyway, thinking lots of things. Day 1 of the amendum suspension, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't go back to the amendum channel. It's not just a 2-week suspension. I mean, theoretically, it's a 6-month suspension. Because obviously you can't use the channel when you have 2 strikes, because anything you do could get your channel annihilated. So you're just kind of done. I mean, I guess what I need to do probably is, get back to when if I get access back to the channel, maybe I'll have to delete some videos. I don't know. I mean, there's no, YouTube is just evil. Google's evil. I mean, the whole world is just covered in evil. And what can we do about it? So that was running through my head, is the same problem I've been talking about for 2 years almost. How to be effective, how to get something to change, how to do something. And it's so difficult. The minority who give a fuck is so small. The number of people who matter is just tiny. The people who matter don't care, and the people who care don't matter. I love that sentence. But anyway, and this is the world we're stuck in. And so I'm just thinking in terms of, I'm not an advocate for some sort of war, as much as I, kind of fuel the flames of it. I wouldn't endorse it. I don't want anything to actually be killed or harmed or in any way diminished. But anger's anger, and you have to do something with it. You have to have some sort of mechanism to disengage it. And so at least talking about it is something, okay? At least imagining the evil getting smited is enjoyable. But anyway, it gives you something to live for, some hope. I mean, it's a selfish mechanism, that's all. It's not a rational mechanism. It just gives you something to feed on, some hope while you're in this bad place. And it's like the same thing that maybe a prisoner would do, to make their life survivable. Is just come up with little images, to feed the hate, to satiate the need for some notion that justice is possible and that's going to happen. So anyway, I was just thinking about, now I can't remember the titles that I came up with. But something like Dying for Justice, right? I could start an organization called Dying for Justice, and the idea would be it'd be a group of people. You sign up for it, and you're basically on a list, and we have a list of agenda, things to get done in the world, and we go on a hunger strike, as individuals, one at a time, and obviously some of us are going to have to die. Because things won't change, but at least we'll be able to make the statement, and as long as I think if we can keep the expectations to a minimum, I mean, at least ask for the fair trial, ask for the public argument, ask for our 5 minutes of time on Fox News or whatever the thing would be, to at least tell the story, because that's the biggest problem here. If you could get derived energy story public, people would say no. They'd say this isn't good enough, not even close to good enough, and that we have to say you can't do this. All right, we have to internationally say to these people, you can't do this, and if you do it, okay, you're going to pay a price for it. All right, you're going to lose a lot to spill this man's blood. And that's the truth of it here. And then there should be some mechanism that gives us our fair right to our speech, our statement, our value, that we're saying it's worth my life to make this right. I want to jump in front of this train if I have to, I'd like to just stop the damn thing, though. I don't think I should have to lay down on the tracks to get the train to slow down enough to realize there's victims ahead. And it's got to be fixed. The track has to be fixed before you keep going. You're wasting, you're squandering, you're causing harm unnecessarily. And that argument should always be heard. If somebody's making the argument that there's an unnecessary harm, an unjustified, an indecent, a waste, then that argument should be heard. Yeah. But that's, we just don't have any weapons. And we have these community things. We have this social networking stuff. But that's all about, what kind of makeup did you buy, or how many times did you, pass out at the party. I mean, it just kind of, it's all squandered. There's nothing useful in it. It can't be used to any real function. It's all just like TV. It's all just entertainment. It isn't anything constructive. And it's just disappointing. So anyway, I've been thinking. I'll keep thinking. So Indonesia sucks. I still want to make a list of the businesses to hate on. Apparently Nike is really big in Indonesia. So maybe I should find whatever I own that's Nike and burn it. Make some burning Nike videos. Do what we can. But I think it's the best approach would be to find one company and just decide that's the one we're going to really fuck. That's the only way you can do this. And unfortunately, that's really unfair, and it's not the way that it should work. But we don't have better mechanisms. We have an excuse for not being just. Indonesia doesn't have an excuse. None. So anyway, until next time. I'm not going to run in such. Maybe.